The shooting at Apalachee High School, state Democrats are renewing their calls for gun safety legislation. Georgia Senate Minority Leader Gloria Butler and others are going to gather at the state capitol this morning in hopes to make their case.
Atlanta News First reporter Sarah Hammond is live this morning ahead of that news conference. Sarah, good morning. What can you tell us about what we can expect to hear?
Good morning. Later this morning, state Democrats will push for stricter gun legislation like safe storage and extreme risk laws during a press conference here at the state capitol. Now, the latter of those two would allow family or law enforcement to petition a court for an order to temporarily prevent someone in crisis from accessing guns. We expect to hear from Minority Leader Gloria Butler, Senator Emanuel Jones, and Senator Elena Parent, and gun violence survivors themselves. This press conference comes after 14-year-old Colt Gray allegedly opened fire in Apalachee High School using an AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle, a gun his father allegedly gave him as a gift, according to law enforcement. The FBI also previously flagged Gray for alleged online school shooting threats, but local law enforcement did not have enough probable cause to make an arrest. And as leaders look to address the issues here at the state capitol, Senator Raphael Warnock is taking the issues to the nation's capital.
This is a public safety issue. And the American people are calling out for action. They're calling for sanity. And I believe it's high time that we do that work.
And Colt Gray faces 4 counts of felony murder, and he will be facing more charges, according to the Barrow County District Attorney. And his father, Colin Gray, is also facing multiple charges and could face up to 180 years in prison for his alleged role in this shooting. Live from the state capitol, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.